You know, as more and more pet owners get fat, are they accidentally taking their pets down that same road? Well, some of you may not think your pet is overweight, and here to kind of help us sort it all out is Dr. Stephen Hotchkiss. And good morning to you.
Good morning.
So tell me about this, and good morning, Kes. Kes is so cute. She was standing down here, and then she just hopped up on the couch. She's like, I'm tired of standing.
I think she lives. I think she lives on the couch at home.
So is that what it is?
And so she didn't understand why she had to sit on the floor instead of the couch this morning.
Well, you can sit right there. Yes. Well, tell us about this new study that is dealing with like pets being overweight or that type of thing.
It's a real interesting study that was just done this past year, trying to identify, do people realize the obesity epidemic that's happening in pets? And the answer is no. Veterinarians have said that about 47% of their patients are obese or overweight, and the clients that were surveyed with the same pets, only about 17% of those showed that their pets were overweight. And so there's a real disconnect from what we believe is overweight as veterinarians and what the client perceives is that. And the epidemic is really mirroring the human population.
Can you give us an example of what you deal with in your office?
Oh, gosh, every day. I have this conversation every day about pets being obese, and so I'm well practiced at it. But we see lots of health problems. Day before yesterday in the emergency room, I saw a pug that weighed 23 pounds. He should have weighed about half that, 13 pounds. Wow. And he was there because he couldn't breathe. We had to put him on oxygen.
This pug right here that we're showing this picture
Yes,
of.
absolutely. That's Taz. And Taz, we gave Taz some medicine and some oxygen, and Taz thankfully has already gone home and is doing fine. The interesting thing that I was told by these owners is they adopted this from an elderly couple, and Taz at one point weighed 36 pounds. So Taz is down to 22, much improved, but still
overweight.
That would be like me weighing 600 pounds.
Really?
Well, of course I'd have trouble breathing if I was 600 pounds.
Well, that's interesting that you bring up that Taz had trouble breathing. What are some of the other problems? Do they have problems just like humans, like high cholesterol and that type of thing?
Absolutely. The high cholesterol is not the big issue, but we see trouble breathing, we see heart disease, we see ligament injury, just like a person that's overweight. I saw a dog 2 days ago that tore its cranial cruciate ligament, the anterior, the ACL, just like people tear playing football.
From being overweight.
From being overweight, running in the backyard, too heavy, and that dog is scheduled to have surgery this next week, $2,500 reconstructive knee surgery.
So what can pet owners do?
Well, the first thing is to recognize it.
Okay.
You know, if we don't know that there's a problem, nothing's going to happen.
That's
and
true.
So we need to be able to look at a dog and evaluate, are they heavy? And so one of the reasons that I brought our very excited Kes this morning was to show an example, and obviously Kes isn't overweight.
No.
But what we want to do is teach people how to recognize that. The first step is going to be to rub your hand, palm down, over their chest and feel. Do you feel their ribs? The coat can be deceptive, so it's hard to see sometimes on a dog. We feel their ribs. You want to be able to feel their ribs but not see them.
Okay.
And if you push on them right there and your finger kind of sinks in and it goes hoo 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 like the Pillsbury Doughboy, you know they're overweight. We want it to taper in at the waist, just like on a person. You want that V appearance. And so when you look from above, it's going to taper in.
Okay.
And from the side right here, your hand, it's going to taper up right here. And you can feel that. The chest is going to be down. Most dogs I see look like a barrel. They're all the way down. And so those are the first steps in recognizing how to tell if your pet's overweight.
Okay, well, we're out of time, but I want to tell folks that there is a new weight loss drug for dogs out on the market.
Absolutely.
And you just should walk them and exercise just like a human would do, exercise and wean them off of eating so much.
Absolutely, and if you're having trouble telling, there are online tools and some tests that you can take at metrowestvet.com. There's a test that you can take to help you determine if your pet's overweight.
All right, Dr. Hotchkiss, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for having us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you, Kes. Kes is like, I'm chilling here. All right, Kes. Well, we won't let her have any barbecue. Barbecuing, though, is a great way to spend Memorial Day weekend, but if you are not careful, it actually can lead to food poisoning. So more on how to avoid that, that's in the next 15 minutes of Daybreak Saturday. Thank you so much.